On Honda's latest products, they have really been pulling out all the stops. Even very popular models like the CR-V have seen major changes, even though they probably didn't need to change that much. That of course is a good thing since buyers now have vehicles like this Civic, which combine the traditional reliability but now with good looks. This review will cover all 5 trims of the Civic Sedan, which are LX, EX, EXT, EXL, and Touring. So let's go ahead and check out the compact sedan leader. We are happy to announce that we will now be filming Honda reviews, thanks to our new partnership with Gates Honda, located here in Richmond, Kentucky. If you would like to find out more information about their dealership and large inventory of Hondas, then click the link to their website provided in the video description. Most Civics get this smart entry key fob, which is the same as the CR-V we were just in. Just like on that car, you also get remote start standard on the affordable EX and above. That's really impressive for a car in this price point. So all you do is tap this button to lock, and then there is a sensor behind the door handle to unlock. Let's start off this review by popping the hood. When the Civic was fully redesigned last year, it adopted an all-new engine lineup. There are 2 engines to choose from, with the LX and EX getting a redesigned 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine. That engine produces 158 horsepower and 138 pound-feet of torque, which is up 15 horsepower over the last generation Civic. Powering the EXT, EXL, and Touring is an all-new 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. This engine produces 174 horsepower and 162 pound-feet of torque. Power will be routed through either a 6-speed manual transmission or a continuously variable transmission. That manual transmission, though, is only available on the LX and now for 2017 also on the EXT. In addition to the added power, opting for the turbo engine will net you fuel economy gains as well. Most of you will opt for the CVT. So with the base engine, that delivers 31 city, 40 highway, 34 combined. And then for the turbo, it gets 32 city, 42 highway, 36 combined. Anyways, now let's check out the exterior design and features. So the Civic is fresh off a total redesign last year, and that means you won't find any changes to the exterior styling. Up front, all Civics remain nearly identical. The grille has a big piece of chrome across the upper portion, and then a matte black finish along the lower portion. The big piece of chrome connects in like an eyebrow over top of the headlights. What you are looking at now are the fully LED headlights exclusive to the Touring trim level. Every other trim level will get halogen projector beam headlights, though they all keep these daytime running lights. Fog lamps come on the EXT and above. Unlike the CR-V we recently reviewed, the Civic changes wheel designs for almost every trim level. This being the Touring means we have 17-inch alloy wheels with the fanciest design. Stepping down one notch to the EXL or EXT gets you similar looking 17-inch wheels, then 16-inch alloys for the EX, and then 16-inch steel wheels for the LX. For brakes, they're 11.1-inch ventilated disc in the front and 10.2-inch solid disc in the rear. And naturally, the tires are all seasons. The mirrors will be at least body colored on all models, and all but the base LX will enjoy heating. Now you're probably wondering what this large bump on the side is, and it's actually the camera for the lane watch system. I'm gonna demo this on the inside, but for now just know that it watches your blind spot. From the side you really get an idea of just how much different this Civic looks from the outgoing model, and most of the competition actually. The sloping roofline has more in common with something like a Mercedes CLA than it does with a Corolla or a Elantra. Its 182-inch length is spot on with rivals, so the longer look is simply an effect of the design. In regards to safety, the Civic does great. It received the Top Safety Pick 2017 award from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. That is partially due to the available Honda sensing system, which includes lane keep assist, pre-collision braking, and adaptive cruise control. It is standard on Touring and optional on all the other trims. Around back, the Civic looks almost like a hatchback. A lot of the other sedans in the class are pretty frumpy in the rear, but the Civic has a smooth aesthetic. This deck lid spoiler comes on the EXT and above. And that brings us to the taillights, one of the most eye-catching elements. They almost look like uneven brackets or something, but they are LED and they look premium. Down here the exhaust is hidden behind the bumper. Both of them, that is. Up close you can see just how short the deck lid is. For fuel capacity, all Civics have a 12.4 gallon tank on board. I don't want to put you to sleep by rattling off all the possible fuel ranges, so I'll just add them onto the screen in post. So that covers the outside. Now let's check out what Honda offers on the inside. The interior of the Civic has matured a lot for this generation. The 2015 model had that strange two-tier dash layout, but for the new one, it has adopted a more traditional look. For the first 3 trim levels, only cloth seating is available, in either black, gray, or ivory. EXL and Touring get leather seats in those same colors. The door trim mimics the seat trim. So for this Touring, we have leather on the armrest and all through here. The front two windows are auto up and down. Coming to the seat, it is 8-way power adjusting on the EXL and Touring trims. Manual otherwise. The leather has a high quality feel to it, and I like this little accent. Like I said, the first thing that strikes me about the Civic's interior is just how much different it is from the old one. To go along with the more upscale looks are more upscale materials. The upper dash uses high quality soft touch plastics, and this silver wood-like trim is right nice looking. Below that it is padded, and along the armrest it is too. Fit and finish is excellent as well. To start the Civic, just press the button. When you do, this 7-inch tablet-like display will fire up on EX and above. The LX makes do with a 5-incher. These fancy gauges are also on all but the LX. They basically consist of a large screen, I'm not sure exactly how big it is, flanked by a couple of physical gauges. The screen can be reconfigured a number of ways from this control button here. For instance, you can set it to show music sources or something cooler like navigation. The steering is electric power on all models, but the wheel is leather wrapped only on the EXL and Touring. You have tons of controls over here, and the volume one is actually touch sensitive, so that's neat. We have adaptive cruise control over here, and also lane departure alert. Now I'll show you the lane watch system, which can be activated by pressing the end of the stalk. So there's nothing really complicated about it. It just shows you a high quality video feed of your side, including your blind spot. It also activates automatically when you use the right turn signal. And a couple more safety buttons are over here. The Civic is a practical vehicle above all else, so there is plenty of storage. The center console has a lot of layers, so let me just demo it for you. As you can see, there is a third cup holder and a USB hiding at the bottom. Let's just say no one does consoles like Honda. Up here is another big area, and there is a hole here to allow wires to get down here. You've got another USB, a 12-volt outlet, and enough space for a bag or something. Our Civic has a nice leather wrap shifter. The transmission has a low and sport mode, but there is no manual shifting. For that, you actually have to get the manual. Every trim of the Civic comes with a backup camera, though the LX loses the dynamic grid lines. There are some other views to pick between as well. This is the Econ button, and it activates a fuel-saving mode for the throttle and transmission. On the other side, there is an electronic parking brake, and above it is a brake hold feature. Pressing this button will allow you to take your foot off the brake pedal when setting still at something like a red light. Honda nicely includes these 3-stage heated seats on the mid-level EXT and up. Those same 3 trims are the ones that get dual-zone automatic climate controls. They're very easy to operate with a combination of physical and digital controls. This mixture of controls is kind of similar to what Acura does, but honestly, it works much better here. Controlling the audio requires swiping or tapping since there is no knob. What you just heard was the 450-watt 10-speaker premium audio system found in the Touring only. And that brings us to the screen. So let's take a quick look at what the Honda Link system has to offer. This is the main home screen. You have touch-sensitive buttons to the side of the screen for quick access. And across the top there is a status bar which always remains there. The first thing I'll look at is navigation. This is Honda's new Garmin-based setup, which might sound like a downgrade, but trust me, it's not. If you can get over the cheap-looking graphics, you'll see that it performs nothing like the $79 unit you bought from Walmart. It's very fast, and best of all, it requires no learning curve. Heading into audio, I have my phone connected through the standard Bluetooth, so everything can be controlled here or on the steering wheel. The other source options can be accessed here. Next, in phone, you've got the standard affair of options. Clicking Phone Book will take you into a tabbed list of all of your contacts synced over from your connected phone. Other functions can be accessed by pressing the menu button, and that goes for all the other sections as well. Another nice feature is standard Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, for those of you who want to stick with the more of a familiar interface. In addition to that bonus, those systems also give you access to the navigation functions from your phone. Otherwise, you would either have to buy the Touring trim or option navigation onto the EXL trim. That's all I'm going to cover in this video, but if you'd like to see a very detailed look at the entire Honda Link system, then check out our dedicated tech help tutorial. A link to that video is provided in the description. This auto-dimming mirror is on the EXL and Touring trims. One surprising thing is that the moonroof comes standard on all but the LX trim. That encompasses the majority of buyers, and a lot of luxury cars don't even have standard moonroofs. The Civic's interior is just as impressive as the exterior. A lot of cars in this class feel like basic appliances, and that's no matter what trim you get them in. But this interior is genuinely nice, not just for the class, but period. Now I'll hand it off to my brother to finish things up. The door trims for this class are usually nothing but hard plastic, but even the back door trim on the Civic is leather wrapped. We do have power windows as well. So in the back of the Civic Sedan, you'll get a good amount of space at 37.4 inches of legroom and 37.1 inches of headroom. That does put it behind the Corolla, but other competitors like the Elantra and Focus are right around this range. In the center you won't find vents, but you will find a surprising feature exclusive to our touring model. That's these two-stage heated rear seats, which I think is a real nice touch. The armrest is good sized and houses a few cup holders inside. We've got some lighting, a nice headliner, and a nice assist grip. Now like I said, legroom is right around that of main rivals. I think there would be plenty of space for 4 adults, maybe even 5. Sliding over, this shows you what it's like with the seat all the way back, and as you can see I still have enough room to sit comfortably. So overall, the Civic's rear seat is surprisingly nice, and especially for a car of this caliber. No matter what trim you go for, I think it's a good value for those driving in the front and whoever is riding in the back. You can open up the trunk using the fob, or as I prefer, use the button underneath the trunk lid. That will give you a massive 15.1 cubic feet for all but the Touring, which is rated at 14.7 cubic feet. In this regard, the Civic is definitely the class leader, and you can even fold down the back seats to give you more space. The seat over here is also that nice perforated leather, and the 4-way power adjustment is exclusive to our touring trim. The dash is padded with some unique trim pieces. The glove box isn't dampened, as you can see, but it is quite large. I don't know if my brother mentioned these, but we do have some outlets down here for charging. Well guys, we hope you enjoyed our review on the 2017 Honda Civic Touring. Stay tuned for the pricing information of this particular model, as well as the rest of the Civic lineup. Also, don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons if you enjoyed, and come along with us next time as we sample more of the latest automotive delicacies.